As they say around here, keep Austin weird. They're going to keep it electric today inside Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium, home to the Longhorns. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off a bye week, the Auburn Tigers. Taking on the 11th ranked team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Longhorns will kick it off to get us underway. He'll bring it out. It's Kane. Slips through the line. Got a little room. Can they catch him? He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers.
What a way to start a game. Coaches always talk about from the opening whistle being locked in and being loaded and being ready to go. Taking the opening kick back for a touchdown, man, it doesn't get better than that.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. Well, I'd say that's quite a way to make an early statement. Take the opening kickoff and run it all the way back for a touchdown. Texas. He's going to bring it out from deep. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on first down. Wasting no time taking a shot. And the pass is intercepted. Bringing it back. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Man, does it get any better than that? Creating a turnover on the very first play of the game. You talk about doing this all week, and you talk about, we can beat this team. We're going to go out there and execute. And to do it, the first snap, belief, climbing through the roof, baby.
On the ground, it's Wiggins. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. These two conferences have been tied together for years through the Sugar Bowl, a little testiness with the whole Texas-Oklahoma thing, and now the rivalry on the field between the Big 12 and the SEC.
Yeah, and conference realignments played a big factor, too, between these.
The freshman able to get home with the sack.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with a clock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long with players like that getting after him.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Going to try to get it himself. Across the 25, he's got room. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick them up and put them down. And I'm faster than most of your other guys, too, so good luck stopping.
Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big, too, Dave, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national.
A shot toward the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
Oh, what a missed opportunity for that interception. Yes, I know he gets the pass breakup, but he had a chance to finish things off, and he really didn't get it done. But there's a reason he plays defense. You know, they put the guys on offense that can actually catch.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. To the end zone, and it's picked off.
Really early in this game, you're seeing the ball hawks on both sides of the ball. Interception on the first drive of the game, and now they come out, and this defense gets a pick in return. There are a lot of dudes in the back end with speed, with the ability to close. What a phenomenal play.
He's going for a big play downfield. And he's got it inside the 30-yard line. Touchdown, Longhorns! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Going for the return. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
6-yard pickup on first down. Leaves them with 2nd and 4. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Just a short pass to the tight end. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. 3rd and short, they've got them back up inside the 20, and the D can get the ball back here. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Fires and picked off. A return there would have just been icing on the cake. They'll just have to settle for the cake, get the 23. A great spot to start this drive for the offense. They try to pop a run on the draw. Defense there to stop him at the 20. Let's give him 3 yards on that carry.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Gonna run it. It's Gibson. Pushing ahead, a tough run, picks up 4, it's down at the 15.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that 2nd down by this defense.
They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Had nowhere to go with that one, had to just throw it away. A wise decision to keep the field goal in play. They'll run for it on 4th down. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the 1st down. They give you 4 downs for a reason, and this offense decides to use every one of them.
Hey, if I had a back like that and I had this offensive line, man, I would do it too. I wouldn't even think twice about it. Roll the dice, give your guys an opportunity to go make a play, and they do.
He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Now on the move. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Texas!
Man, what a luxury to be able to call a design run to your quarterback and basically let him be a tailback and let him run it in for you. It makes the offense and everything else around him stronger. This QB's just got some good moves.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Shakes off the tackle. And that stiff arm is a weapon for this runner. He uses it and picks up a 1st down.
This guy's a game changer at the running back position, man. And don't you just feel like you have to be if you're going to be toting the rock at Auburn? Bo Jackson obviously won a Heisman Trophy. Cadillac Williams, Ronnie Brown on the same team at the same time, and then Tank Bigsby here in recent years too. Physical runners, but they also had speed. They were the total package, and I think this guy fits right into that category.
Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. Here comes the offense on second down. To the ground with the back. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. From the gun, wants to pass. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down.
And on that 3rd down play, there just wasn't any time in between the quarterback as an intended target. As a result, ball falls incomplete, setting up 4th.
Auburn sends out the punting unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much.
Going for the big play. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Looking to pass. It's Sanders. He's not afraid to go deep. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
Man, this quarterback is living dangerously right now, guys. Of course, we're only in the 1st quarter. This guy's already thrown 1 pick. He should have thrown his 2nd right there.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
He will signal for the fair catch and take it just inside the 35. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Now, this is the way to come out of the gate and set the tone. Back and forth and already inside a minute to go in the 1st. Looking for a gap. It's Wiggins. Got room at the 35. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. That's the way to start a drive. Now they'll snap it just shy of midfield. They'll ride the hot hand.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Texas, 14, Auburn, 7.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. They go to the ground. Powers through. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another 1st down. They think there's room to run to the right here. And they try the middle in this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Moves away as he feels pressure. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look there. 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. He fires it out to the right. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn!
How do you not love the guts of this offense? 4th down, it's just another down. And what do? Stay aggressive, throw the football down the field, make the big play, get the big touchdown.
And the extra point is good. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive, and they get it into the end zone on a 36-yard touchdown pass. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
He just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. Line gets set, 1st down. He'll start this drive firing. Makes the grab. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a 1st down.
That quarterback has a hose. That dude could throw it to a car wash and not get it wet. Great job of putting that ball on a line to his wide receiver.
They'll run it from the gun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. 1st down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
Just a simple power play. Again, not sexy. Run the ball up the middle. Physicality, offensive line gets them to assert themselves, run block, which they love to do. This pays dividends down the road in the 4th quarter.
3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Back to throw, it's Sanders. Lets it fly. And that 3rd down pass left a vapor trail, but it's incomplete.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. offense onto the field again. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
You know, in the SEC, you're going to have to run the football if you're going to win games. And you can go on and on talking about great Auburn running backs back in the day, but right here, right now, if this team's going to win an SEC championship, they need to force-feed this guy the football and let him go to work.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
Deep shot for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Tigers.
What a massive play for the offense. And sometimes...
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Colorado State is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Cam the Ram isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 7 over the Pandas. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Here comes the Texas offense. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Leaves it with the back. Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29. And the Longhorns come to the line in the hurry-up. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. They're bringing heat. Now adjusting. He'll get rid of it. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32. The Longhorns getting set on 1st and 10.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Stop is made at the 22. A 10-yard pickup and a first down just outside the red zone. And the Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. Fires into traffic, picked off. Trying to take it back. He's at the 40. The 20. Inside the 10. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Tigers. The AT unit on the field. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick six.
Texas. Return runs out of bounds.
So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum, cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the third quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could...
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Someone moved a little early, and the offense will go backward. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Back to throw, it's Sanders. Pocket starts to collapse. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Longhorns will punt this one away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Makes a move. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. First down here for the offense. He's looking to throw it. Swings it out to the flat. At the 35, he's open. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. The Tigers want to crank the tempo. The give to the back. Nice move to keep moving. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Auburn! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it.
Texas. Return runs out of bounds.
The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point in the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
And this junior quarterback shows you why the scouts love that big arm of his. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. It's caught. And what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sideline.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play. And I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
The Longhorns will have it 1st and 10. Looking to throw at Sanders. Going back to the well, another deep ball. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns!
And coming Going into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. He'll start the return inside his 5. He'll go out of bounds at the 27-yard line, just couldn't quite shake free. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Getting some heat. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. What can they pull out of the playbook here on 2nd and long from the 17? It's a flea flicker. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
35, Texas, 21.
Auburn ready to boot it deep to start the second half.
Set to kick off. Texas.
Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Quarterback will audible. To the air. It's Sanders. They're trying to get to him. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
And this offense has got to find a way to get some gimmies, some layups, some screens. They need some yak, some yards after the catch. They got to find some guys that can make some plays for this offense because it's just boom or bust. There's not a lot of consistency. They got to put some first downs together, put some drives together, be more consistent.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. You want to talk about aggressive or nuts? This offense is staying on the field inside their own 30. On 4th down, going to the air. The completion well past the sticks. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. And the Longhorns want to pick up the tempo.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it. But when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. The Longhorns are on the move. Going up top on 1st down. Fires downfield. Got it in the middle. It's Gibson. Running through contact. Touchdown, Texas! And they take it in for 6 more points. This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting, had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
And he's going to run it back. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. From the gun, the ground game. Good blocking up front. Great job following it. He's got 6 to the 18.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical. They wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense. And they're churning out positive yardage early.
Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
QBs that can run completely change your game plan. I mean, every single bit of it. You have to understand now as a pass rusher, I got to keep him in the pocket. I got to understand all the zone read concepts and the power read and the jet read, all the different things they can do to you. So, you know, having a guy back there at the head.
Nothing but green ahead. He's at the 30, the 10, and he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Tigers.
This offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive of the third quarter, march it down the field, and score. There's no end in sight for these guys.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Buffalo needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in Western New York behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to UMass. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
Dumps it to the back. This one's complete. Afterburner's coming. At the 30. The 10. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Longhorn!
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Past the 30. Just trucks through it. And he will finally go out of bounds after another big gain, and they are absolutely gashing them with this running game. And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Not much room. He gets one down to the 7. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Quarterback will keep it. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and, you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's just, it's so hard to defend.
Decision time right here. I like going for it. You're playing on the road. You have an opportunity to take the crowd out of it a little bit here. Why not just line up quickly and just try to run the ball?
Yeah, stay aggressive. I mean, you want to shut these people up. You want to quiet them down, but field goals don't do that very often. Try to go for the touchdown right here.
They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work.
The defense, I think, was just more physical on that fourth down, guys. That was a design quarterback run, and they're calling that because they're trying to get extra blockers at the point of attack and get a numbers advantage, but just the defense fighting off the blocks, being where they're supposed to be, and not letting the quarterback break free. You just can't do a better job than the defense did on that fourth down.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Back to throw, it's Sanders. Quickly out to the tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
And you can tell they set up the screen action, but how about the ability to adjust, right? I see what the defense is giving me. You going to leave that open? Okay, I'm going to take it right now.
Lining up to convert 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to take off. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down. He tried to get it on his own. And the Longhorns want to move quickly. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Gets it out quickly. Strikes the blow. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
That's a great example of this quarterback having intense confidence in his own arm talent. That was not an easy window to throw into, but he had the ability, and he knew it.
And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down.
You know, you're seeing in college football now with spread offense and tempo and air raid, we're seeing more and more 400-yard days, but I can't remember the last time I've seen one look as impressive as this guy has played today, David. He has been on fire.
And it's so annoying now because all the quick game is so good, and then you take shots when you get matchups, and you see tight ends now that move like wide receivers.
Fires deep toward the end zone. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Man, it's so hard to play defense nowadays. You got a strike zone where you can hit people. You get flagged for targeting. You get flagged for pass interference. That was beautiful. Great job in the end zone, making it a hard window to throw into, and when he caught it, making him feel you.
To throw, it's Sanders. And that is interception number 3 on the day. He'll try to take it back. Pass to Tad. Touchdown, Auburn! What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. Just one moment, and all of a sudden, the fortunes turn.
You're in a position where you're about to give up points, and now you flip that around and you put points on the board. Perfectly executed. What are you doing in an interception? First guy blocks the intended receiver. Everybody else starts to form a wall where the ball's going. Nice blocking, nice interception, nice return for the touchdown.
They'll get this drive going from the 17. Quarterback checking the play. They'll throw it on 1st down. trying to get to it. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
He's brought down at the 18-yard line. That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Auburn 49, Texas 35.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Feeling some heat. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Good news is they didn't lose a ton of yards. The bad news is that's the third sack they've given up now in this game. They have got to do a better job protecting this quarterback.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Finds the tight end. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin. The Longhorns are in the hurry-up.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time. And no messing around right now if you're on offense. This is the time where execution has got to be at a premium. You need to hit completions, David. They need some big plays.
And you just want to keep pressuring them and keep making them use the clock, give them the underneath stuff. And again, when they drive the football down the field, I just can't give up touchdowns. Field goal at this point is not going to hurt my defense.
They'll try again on 2nd down after the incompletion. And they got him for the sack. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying around.
He'll take a deep shot here. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. He was hoping for that interception return for the touchdown, but he's brought down at the 27.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. He stopped again. They went right back to him, and he still found no running room at all.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
The last 2 runs went headlong into a brick wall. Now 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. He'll pull it down. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down. And they're going to try to convert on 4th down. 1 for 2 so far today. They'll try it on the ground. Headed to the end zone. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers. They add on to this lead, and it looks as if they'll be moving to 2-0.
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Texas.
So much for the touchback. Here he comes. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Homer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are. You're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now. If you're the play caller, certainly if you're the quarterback, you're going to have time to throw.
The Longhorns will hustle to the line. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Lets it fly. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
This offense has a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Finds his big tight end. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the 1st down.
Well, they pick up the 1st against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it 1 high safety? Is it 2 high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage it's going to be.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. The RPO, fire complete to the left. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal.
Really been impressed by the balance we've seen from this offense so far in the game, but I think you got to give a lot of the credit to the running game because it's been able to freeze these defenses, help set up play action. They've been physical at the point of attack. I think that really has been the key force for this offense so far, having the success they've had.
Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be...
Touchdown, Tigers! And the pummeling has started. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The kickoff team out there to boot it away and 15 yards farther up the field after the roughing the kicker penalty. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. 1st down for this offense. He'll try to do it himself. Still on his feet at the 45. And the explosion explosiveness. The big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
You could tell he saw that grass open up, and he was not handing that football off. He was taking it himself. His eyes got enormous. Chewed up the big play. Nice big chunk play for this offense.
Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Rides to the back. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. And the Longhorns headed quickly to the line. The RPO, it's complete. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy. Down to the 26-yard line and a first down. Scanning the field, it's Sanders. Got it. They will score. Touchdown, Texas. Here comes the two-point try. He'll get in there as they draw 2 points closer.
Some running backs just have a nose for the end zone. That guy did a great job there in the two-point play, running that one in.
Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will. Throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense optional. You didn't really get